Yeah, I kind of messed up on this one, I'll be honest. There is a story behind how this happened though, and it starts with my dad.
So my dad is one of my personal heroes, and one of the great many reasons for that is because for decades he raised money for charity by running the Bath Half Marathon. For pretty much every year of my childhood that I can remember, he would run the Bath Half to raise money for Dorothy House, which is a cancer hospice in Bath which provides end-of-life care and counselling to patients, and that included both of my dad's parents, my grandparents.
However, my dad has now been banned from running by his doctor and, more importantly, my mum, because his joints are just a little bit knackered from all those years of running, raising money for charity. My joints, however, are my knees are absolutely fine. Whoa. My joints are in tip-top condition though, because I'm 40 years younger than him and apparently in the prime of my life. So I wanted to continue his tradition of raising money for charity by running.
Now this is something that I actually already tried to do in 2017, where Pixel Girl, my girlfriend, and I both signed up to run the Cambridge Half Marathon. And we both trained for several months beforehand. I got to the point where I could run 6 miles, and then only Pixel Girl finished the actual race. Basically what I'd done is what I always do, which is spectacularly overdo it. I went too fast, too far, too soon. And long story short, I injured my knee quite badly.
Pixel Girl swore that she was never going to do it ever again, and so when the registration period came along again last year, she immediately signed up and implored me to do the same, and I was dedicated. I was going to do it. And then I just kind of didn't get around to it. I did, however, want to train with her and go on exactly the same training regime, but take it a little bit more slowly and not push so hard this time.
So I signed up to do another race. I signed up to do the Welling Half Marathon. Also, not long after the Cambridge Half. So I could train with her, and I'd be in good fitness to do that one.
Except, by some miracle, some people dropped out of the Cambridge Half and there are a handful of places available. And I saw this, I got the email, and within 30 seconds I was on the website, and I, without thinking, just got myself a place in the Cambridge Half. I was super lucky to do that. I called her, I was super excited, I was like, we can run the race together at last, it was what we planned to do all along. And then I remembered
there was a problem, because I was already running a half marathon in March, and if my 2 degrees served me right, 2 half marathons together make a full marathon. So I'm now going from running no more than 6 miles at a time in my life to doing a marathon split in 2. So this is gonna hurt.
This is going to be extremely painful, and we are halfway through our training regime already. It is going well, but I can tell that this is going to hurt a lot.
So if you'd like to support me in this official act of torture, I am raising money for 2 charities.
Half the money I raise is going to be going to Dorothy House, the cancer hospice that my dad raised money for in Bath. And the other half is going to be going to a charity that I'm introducing to the mix, which is personal to me, which is Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust. They're a charity I've worked with on this channel several times in the past. They're a charity who stop species from going extinct. They're dedicated to preserving biodiversity on this planet for our future generations. I think it's some of the most important work that any charity is doing in the world. That is why I am supporting them. So there is a link to a Just Giving page down there in the doobly-doo. If you can spare any money whatsoever, if you have a charity budget or if you're just feeling generous, please do go to that link and give whatever you can. The closing date for that page is the date of the second half marathon I'm doing, which is, I can't remember, I'll put it on the screen. I'm more worried about the first one I have to do, if I'm honest. But once I've done both halves of the marathon, then that page is going to be shut down, and I'm going to be taking half the money, giving it to Dorothy House, and I'm going to be taking the other half and giving it to Durrell. I'm aiming for £500 in total, but if we could go beyond that, if we could smash through £1,000, that would be incredible.
Tell you what, to make life more interesting, if the Just Giving gets to £1,000, big if, I'll run the half marathons in a costume, and the person who donates the most at the biggest individual donation or a group type donation, I'll dress up as what you say I should. So there's an incentive for you. Please be kind.
These charities mean a great deal to me, both through my family and through my academic work and my beliefs of what we should be doing for the planet. So if you could support, even in the slightest way, it would be incredibly appreciated.
There's a link to the Just Giving page down in the description, and if you've got a few quid spare, then the 2 charities would very much appreciate it. So please go and do that. Now, if you excuse me, I need to rub deep heat everywhere on my body.